Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? This is Sammy Leggy here representing TeamJVS here to give you guys another review from TIFF 2025, the 50th anniversary of Toronto International Film Festival. I cannot wait to talk about Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. So, off rip, you know that this is going to be epic. This is 2 hours and 20-something minutes long. This is rated R. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, first thing I'll say from a visual immersive standpoint, there are certain things that Guillermo is able to do with whatever film he makes, whether it's Pan's Labyrinth, even like the recent Pinocchio. He adds his own spin of the science fiction, fantastical, and the architecture and the world building and the visual immersion of Frankenstein with this is amazing. This is Oscar-worthy set designs, Oscar-worthy CG and animation. And the other thing that I didn't anticipate, this is very heavy on the gore and the action. I did not anticipate that at all. Once you get to Frankenstein's monster and seeing what he can actually do and what comes of his presence there, it's insane. Like, it is actually, it's dark. It's very dark, but at the same time, it's very intentional of how they handle it. And there's a very interesting dynamic between Frankenstein's monster and Victor Frankenstein, played by Oscar Isaac and, of course, Jacob. This is an Oscar-worthy performance from Jacob. He is the standout. You not just empathize with him, you connect with him as a son. You connect with the situation that he's going through. He didn't ask to be put into the world, but he's in it. And what does that mean? How does he communicate? How does he work and move within a world that is literally created to go against him? And there's a very interesting dynamic between him and Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac plays this very self-loathing, inhumane, like, sycophant, honestly, like, that just wants to do what he wants to do to play God, and at the same time not hold any kind of accountability based on his actions. And they play it so well. But Jacob, there's a lot of physical demand to this role that he has to do and express a lot with just a look or mannerisms or even physical exertion. Like, and he plays it to a T. I mean, Jacob is very tall, but he is grand in this film. Every time you see him, from the moment that he opens his eyes to the moment that the last thing you see him in, it is insane. Like, it is something to marvel. And I think that the way that Guillermo does, like, his visual immersion, is eye-catching. It's really good. Mia Goth and Christoph Waltz is also in this one. Mia Goth, she's kinetic and very connected to both Oscar Isaac and Jacob's characters from father and son, and it's very interesting how they play her up in this one. They don't overplay her, but they extend her in a very fluid way, and it makes it so natural that everything is kind of connected to her in a way as well. Same thing for Christoph Waltz. Like, Christoph Waltz, when he shows up and his chemistry with Oscar Isaac and their scene play is actually really well done as well. But it's also something about generational abuse and disconnect and, like, comparison. Like, there's a very interesting story here that you can kind of feel from the director's perspective within his own relationship with his own father and his disconnect and what he had to be, what he had to do, with they've able to weave into the story that is a very classic story in and of itself. Lars Mikkelsen plays a role of a Captain Anderson. He is very intricate to this story as well, because a lot of the story is being told through and with him. But yeah, man, some of the spectacle on this is insane. There's things that you just will not, you're not ready for. But I never was bored. I never felt like it was overlong. I think they kept the good pacing with it. There were certain scenes where I was kind of like, you know, where are we kind of going with this? But every single moment where there's a scene that felt like it could be lacking, something popped off, something transitioned, something happened. And also basing this film on like kind of a 3-act stance, like from different people's point of view and perspective, without losing like where the narrative is ultimately trying to go. And I think it tells a very specific story, and a very good one at that. This is probably one of the better Frankenstein stories and films that I think that we'll ever see. And it's taken with a very, very different approach at the same time. I really did like this film, and I think you really will as well. Definitely go and tune into it as soon as you can. I rate this at an 8 to 8.5 out of 10. This is good. This is really good, and the cast is phenomenal, and a lot of the interesting messages is very clear. But I mean, from down to the score and the cinematography and the way they're able to capture the monster, the way that they're able to pull out and pan out to show the perspective. And I think you really do feel like you're in this world. It's not as though you feel like you never are in one place at one time. Like, no, you feel like you're moving. And this is a torturous situation for all parties, because they have to move with how life has to go. And it's not about what you want. It's about what the circumstances of your decisions have made. And how do you go and own up to them, or how do you live with them? And I really do love there's some certain scenes in this that, I cannot wait for you guys all to see it. But it's really, really good. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's a lot more coverage from TIFF 2025 coming, and I'll talk to you guys soon.